There we go. Let me rotate myself just a little bit more vertically. Oh, I'm live. Hello. I didn't think I was live. Alright, we're gonna hop back into the server. Hopefully it's up. I turned it on. Yeah, I was about to say. Oh my, I got a stone cutter now. And a smelter. I mean, blast furnace. Oh. Is anybody on? Oops, just me. I know Edmund is coming on today. I think he said he's gonna come on in the night. There's nothing down there but a spider. Okay, I got a stone cutter. Just automatically turns it into whatever I need. Oh, for sure. Let's get this up burning. Because then I can do all the floor wrapped around. That's basically what we're doing today. He done tidied up all of this. Oh my gosh, you can do the farm this way. Oh man. Everything's tidied. Get out of here. How long were you on for? Well, you must have been able to finish all this. I had to go. He just left the door open. Yeah, well, the main priority is to get this sugar cane going. We gotta start growing it out. I do have bone meal, or I could make some more or whatever. There it is. What am I doing? Oh, what am I doing? Forgot what blocks I was using. Ooh. Just lagged there for a bit. There we go. Oh, it broke. Way to go, shovel. Yeah, shovel took a day off. Oh shit, I'm making this more complicated than it has to be. So all I wanted was just a checker pattern. What am I growing? I'm just growing sugarcane. Make this all one side. Dirt. Yeah, just do that. You're right. I don't need to get to work till 5, so I got a little time. Yeah, something different. It's clicking the wrong thing. Taking out a lot of water. There we go. Boom. Now we got 6 different. Do I need a hoe to grow sugarcane? I don't think I did. But let that grow. And I could put bone meal. So if I do this, alright, we got enough bone meal. So I can't grow it? I can't grow it with bone meal. Am I supposed to hit the dirt? No. Wow, did all that work for me to just sit around and wait. Okay. Well, it's gonna be a while for the sugarcane then. Thought I could just use bone meal. But alright. I was gonna put the farm on the roof, but it looks like he's maybe clearing this out for what? I do not know. I don't know what's this being cleared out for. Get 35 pieces. Go to stone cutter. Put those bad boys in there. Let's go here. Got 40 of them. I mean, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So we'll put more cobble in there. Okay. I mean, I could continue and like make another floor. I think that'd probably be wise. I'll put one like that going up. We'll do 4. Ah. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, 4. See, and then the question becomes, do I? Yeah, I think I do. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, 4. Ah, my ankles. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This right here is the problem. I want to assume if I just place it here, it'll be alright. Right? Yeah, it should be. So then becomes the question, what do I fill it out with? Glass all over the side or what? I was gonna do half plank. It says I got wooden floors, it's gotta be out of stone, right? Alright. Put that there, turn them all into apparently stone slabs. Get 32 of them. Yeah, how am I gonna get up there? Every time I'm gonna have to use dirt. There we go. I place one like that, boom. At every corner, maybe? Like so. Like so. Like so. Alright, I need more. Then I can have it where it's like so. All the way. Connecting. I just need a lot more cobble. Turned into stone then. Yeah, something like that. Then have it go across. Sorry I didn't get here earlier. We were running behind. I had to go do some laundry. Okay. We got cobblestone diesel. I have no more coal. So we need to go get some coal. And we'll get a lot more trees. Okay, I have diamonds. We don't have a book. That's why I was like, oh, what was the top priorities last time? It's because I didn't have a book. Let's go ahead and make glass pane. That's 64, 2 stack. Now put the rest of this glass in here. Yeah, so we got 12 diamonds. We have the obsidian. What else do I don't think we need a banner. I could throw that away. But I say, what else can I throw away? I don't know the difference between a blast furnace and... So let's see, if I put sticks in there, will it still be able to do iron? It will. Oh, it's just faster. Oh, that's all it is. Okay. Learn something new. Let's see if we'll put a banner. Oh, it will burn. Wow. What about, can I burn dirt? No, I can't burn dirt. What can I burn? I know you could burn bones. Apparently not bone meal. Can we do string? Oh, it's gotta be wool. Okay. That's good to know. I didn't know that. Wait, did I have a bucket of lava? No, I didn't. I don't even know how to make one of those. I'll assume it's like with one iron. Trying to see what else I could burn. Got wheat seeds. Those are a dime a dozen, but I doubt I can burn those. Oh, can't burn. Okay, let's make more. Oh, wrong thing. Let's make more of these. There we go. Got almost close to a stack and a half. Let me eat the bread. So I've been breaking my ankles. So far, I'm the only one on the server that's died, which is amazing to me. Thought everybody else was just as noobish as me, but that's lies. Slander and lies. Oh, well, I messed that one up. Thank you, lag. Is there a way for me to break it? And oh, it will give me 2 pieces. Great. There we go. Wait a minute. It's 11 pieces. It's 15 this way, okay. Sounds about right. I don't know how I'm going to do the stairs. Go. And we keep going this way. This is where we have the problem. Alright, I'll put a dirt block there for now. Darn it. Let's see what I want to do. I want to do like a quilt pattern on the skyline. Like every 2 blocks there's a glass square for the roof, but I think that might be a little too much. See, like this should all be one. Yeah, it should all be one thing. Alright. It's almost 3 o'clock. Jeez. Where has my day gone? Alright, so I want to see what happens if I do a corner piece on every corner. So, so, like so. Then I place one of those on every corner. Where we're at dirt. Okay, for me, I can do just that. See, that's what I want. I want like a pattern like that. Keep going. Never stop. Yeah, fill it all up with dirt. I think you're right. That's probably the best way we could do it. See, I knew y'all were smart. Go get some coal. Okay, I'll go get coal. No, I didn't think about that. So we're gonna go get a whole bunch of coal if we can, because we need stone. Oh, we're gonna get it. I wonder how many of these I actually do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 6. Okay. Then we'll go get some coal. I need some food, man. I've been starving apparently. Sugarcane's starting to grow a bit. No, they need like a 1 block kind of radius in order to grow. Come on, food. Betsy, are you over here? Gotta be over here, right? I just need one. Just one. I can cook it up. Eat it. I don't feel like fishing. I'm still a part of the cave. Last time we got lost, we were way away. We were like, get the trees. Oh, yeah, you're right. And we'll just use this for kindling. I guess I could always use these planks as fire. I don't know which one lasts longer. Yeah, there'll be no more of these trees. I don't see anybody using them. So I'll get like a whole stack of this. I mean, I guess I can always go in the water and like hit a salmon. It's a salmon or salmon. Yeah, it's right when you're hungry that you don't see them anymore in the water. Well, to be fair, the server's been up for there's a school down there, but it's down there. They can swim away. So I'll say, how many hits does it take to kill a salmon? Yeah, they're not close to the shore. Should look for apples? Yeah, I can look for apples. There we go. Oh, it's turning nighttime and yet no apples. All I got is saplings. Really didn't want to give me no apples. Man. Did all this bother. No apples. It's like they don't like me or anything. I remember putting that down. Okay. I'm getting close. It's just over this mountainside. There we go. I'll put that there just so I know I'm getting warmer. Sleep. Sleeping through the night. Oh, I actually ran out of cobble. Here I did all that talking. So let's see. How fast does it go through a stack? Oh, that's not that bad. It's a 1-for-1 ratio. Huh. Gotta learn how to use that now. Alright, to the quarry. And maybe some food. Is there any salmon down there? There's no salmon swimming around. Grow some bread. You got bone meal? Yeah, I guess I could. I gotta have like a lot of stone. What was I watching for? So as y'all kind of know, it is spring break, and you gotta get ready for that. So you gotta wash, and wash, and wash. So many clothes. Didn't think I had that many, but I washed everything. I mean, squeaky as can be, clean type wash. what did I do? We had I'll say like 7 loads. Yeah, 7. I didn't include the whites. The whites I had 2, so 7, 8, 9. So we had 9. 9 loads of clothes. Just for me. Just me. Doesn't include hers. Yeah, I had too many. Way too many clothes. I'm guilty on the clothes fee. But to my credit, I'll wear something one time and like put it out here in the hamper or the hang it back up. And like I won't wear it for like almost half to a year. So I mean not that bad. Copium. Okay. Yeah, the copium in me. We don't believe you. I understand. You know, when everyone wears a V2 modder, that's all they think about. They're like, oh, he must be smelly. He doesn't take baths. No, I take baths. I change my clothes. I clean. I do everything just as normal people do. No, it's not that bad. What I'm hoping for is to get like my own washer, as opposed to like getting like a washateria, but that's looking like it's like a Christmas type gift for future. But I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the community aspect of going and washing with your peers and stuff, but at the same time, I'd like to do that at the convenience of my home, because if I did that, I wouldn't have, 7 straight loads to do at once. Yeah, first world problems, I understand. It's not like I'm washing my clothes in a lake or a river or something, a creek. Wow, y'all really know how to keep me grounded. Let's get rid of this bow. I don't need a bow. It's gonna be mobs in here. Yeah, there probably are. My model's messed up. What do you mean? It should be looking straight. Oh, it's not. Okay. I was like, it should be looking straight ahead, shouldn't it? Reset. There we go. All right. Still tilted. Y'all won't make me tilted if y'all keep talking about my model. There. How about that? Is it level enough for you? Oh man. Okay. I need that cobble. We'll come back for the rest. Oh, will it be here? It should, right? I don't think I need stone wall, but just in case. Wheat seeds we do not need. So give me these. Ah! So where'd it come from? We have torches down. I'm going. Ooh. I got beat up so bad they kicked me off the server. Watch you be like, you died to a skeleton. I'd be so mad. I'd be so mad. I lagged out and got killed by a skeleton. Could never be me. Never live it down. Yeah. Dig under the house. Wait, I don't know if like I don't want to interfere with like whatever he's building over here. So that's kind of the reason why I don't do it. Whew. Okay, we'll place that there. And can cobble go in there? Blast furnace cannot do cobblestone. Good to know. Okay. Place you there. place you in there. Wow, did not know that. So it looks like, can it do like, it probably can do food, can it? So blast furnace for like food, smelting. So let me, yeah, let's get that. Place you here for now. Let's get that gold to work. Oh yeah, smelt it down. Anything else in here needs a good smelting? Cobblestone deep slate. I wonder. Oh, the sand. The sand. Y'all are so right. Oh. Sorry about that. Had to stretch. Oh, hey. How are you? I couldn't answer that upload schedule because I haven't played this episode 3 yet. I only got his phone number 1 and 2 up, and it's starting to look like it's whenever I stream. But I can assure you it'll be at least 2 uploads of it every week for right now, the way it's looking. Because I have, like, this next one is just me getting to signing everybody, basically. And maybe like one little practice in there, and that's about it. And then we got the games. Like the games, we have the preseason. I want to do all of the preseason, all in one episode, so we don't have to. So the next one could just be like opening day or something. So yeah, I want to keep the streams for practice and like preseason games. That's the next one that I want to do. What else do we have here that needs to go in there? I'm so sidetracked by that comment. Kyle's like, I wasn't thinking about that. I should have been thinking about that. Yo, yo, you joined. Oh my gosh. I didn't know you were in the house. How are you? Well, I sure did. I'm so thankful. Yes. I was gonna see if I could do a farm up top on the roof. I wouldn't call it like an automated one, but something different. I didn't know if that's what you were building this encircle for when this enclosure, because I didn't know what you were doing. I came in, I was like, oh man, this looks great. Because I was gonna come out and like somewhat level out this entire kind of hillside into where your house was at, but like I was like, I don't know what you want to do. Because once I saw you clear out that entire square and make it square, I was like, oh my gosh, there's plans here. I don't want to mess them up. But yeah, it's turning night. Do you want to go ahead and sleep for a second? Whew. Makes sense. Uh, this is newbie. Been playing on the server with us for a bit, or at least the second iteration of it. I mean, they do have a YouTube channel. Here, let me ask. There we go. Oh, you got a goal. Oh. Okay, what's the goal? Hear that, chat? We got goals today. I don't know why I'm calling chat. It's just you, Lincoln. Lincoln, we got goals today. It is called newbie. Okay. Yeah. Alright, so you're trying to send me to Cal. Okay, I get it. So you want me to go willingly into hell. That's not something people want to do. Okay. I got fire protection 1 on my boots. Oh, you got the. Oh yeah, that's right. We did. I did mine the. Well, won't whatever we put it, it's gonna be contaminated. Oh, that's why you put it in here. I'm an idiot. Alright, let me go drop off my valuables and I'll be ready to light that bad boy with you. A chest. Put the bone meal up, put the strings. Don't need that. I assume we're gonna need some type of cobblestone. Got dirt just in case. Got plank wood. Wait, we need gold in the nether, so I'll take that. Alright, we're ready. Good luck. Oh, we are up here. Yeah, I'm like, man, we are up here. That's why I brought all these blocks. There's a gas over here. I don't have an arrow. Oh, I'm not a stickler for spelling mistakes. Watch it, he's blasting. Oh! The heck happened? What? Uh, I can only tell you where spawn was. I think that's all I wrote down. It was like negative 60, uh, like 69 something for the for the Y. What happened? Should I go through? Like I have no health. If you take this diamond pickaxe, I'll go through and see what. Here, take this. Yeah, take the diamond and yeah, I'll go through. Let me see. Oh, it brings us right back to the same portal. So you can come back through. Oh, it destroys it. Yeah, let's try going back there. Are we just stuck in here? Are you kidding me? Where even is this? What's the coordinates to this? 74. We're 40 blocks below, so I mean we're 100 we're about 80 blocks below, so I think we got to dig straight up. But why did the portal come down here? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Well, here's a question. Yeah, I was gonna say, if we break it and redo it, will it still send us to the same place? I was gonna say, let me go first. I ain't got nothing valuable. No, it sends us back here. Are you kidding me? Yeah, it just put our gate all the way down at the very bottom of the of a mine shaft or something. I'm on fire. Help. I'm on fire. Help. All right. Well, we know that the base is right above us at least. So, are we gonna break this down and then put it somewhere else? Or are you gonna do a second one? Okay, I got you. Oh, you're getting to H. You're getting out of here. Oh wait, before you go, could you drop the pickaxe? Otherwise, I can't get out. Oh, never mind. Here, I'll join you. Oh yeah, thank you. All right, man. What a way. That's disappointing. Oh, broke my ankles. Great. Or I could just die. Hey, that'd be a great thing. Got half a heart. I have both. I can I can do either I like, but for today I was so busy trying to get some chores done that I didn't really have time to set up my face cam. Yeah. It'll I mean I'm still using the camera, but like it's not showing my face. I just didn't have time. I'm getting up there, man. We got a ways to go. I wish I had brought like a stack of dirt. I didn't know dirt could burn in the nether. Die of starvation. I'm not gonna die of starvation, yo. It's just not gonna happen. But yeah, this little model took me like 5 minutes to make. And I was like, oh yeah, that'll be my model. Everyone will recognize me. We need cobblestone, this gas. Okay. I had a stack of cobble, but I put down dirt, so that was my bad. I'll know next time. Uh, you don't need any mossel cobblestone. Okay, so how are we gonna fix these portals? Are we just gonna have to redo them in a different location, or is that just literally gonna be our spawn? Maybe. Do I need to go into the server and reset the nether? Oh shit, I'm gonna drown. Think. Think before you drown. There we go. Okay, so I found water. Yeah, I'm most definitely gonna drown. Yeah, I don't know if this is like a ravine or what. That was terrifying. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna make this, am I? I'm so close. Oh, by one bubble. Oh my goodness, I survived. I'm gonna die by skeletons, but I made it up to the surface. I was holding my breath, thinking I was gonna make it. Pooper man. Yeah, I didn't check my britches. I'm sorry. All right. Oh my goodness. Why does everything want to kill me today? I'm running for my life on the side of a mountain with one heart by the house. I gotta get in there. I need some form of food. Dang you, auto jump. Well, now I don't need food. Uh, they are. They are 63. 6. Oh, I think that's the ways how you do it, right? Am I not? Matter of fact, let me write this down so I don't forget. I'm gonna be forgetting. Hold on, y'all.
Here we go. And boom, we're live. Graham, great to see you again.
Nice to be back with you, Joe.
And we were just talking about your new book, America Before, that there's two versions of it. There's one version, and then there's a newer version that's a Barnes & Noble version that's specific to Barnes & Noble that has an extra whole chapter in it.
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah, and so they can get that at Barnes & Noble. I'm just trying to keep bookstores alive, man. They're on the way out.
I think it's really important, and that's one of the reasons that I did this, because I had finished the book, and then Barnes & Noble came to me through my publishers and said they would like to do a special edition of the book, but in order to do that, I needed to write them some extra material. And I had a lot of material that I hadn't put in the book, and I thought, well, this is an opportunity to put that out there.
Beautiful. So if people want that, it's a little bit different, and there's a small gold square.
Okay, so first of all, my website, grahamhancock.com, has a page about America Before. And the link to the Barnes & Noble edition is there, as well as the link to the standard edition, which is on Amazon and iTunes and all kinds of other places. So grahamhancock.com and the America Before page, the link to the Barnes & Noble edition is right there.
All right, there it is. So how is this, before we even get into the book, what is it?
Go to Talks and Events.
Okay, we're on the Graham Hancock website.
No, go to Books. Go to Books. Go to America Before.
Bam.
Bam.
There it is.
Go to United States. You can see Amazon, Barnes, and there's Barnes & Noble.
Special edition.
Special edition. Click on that.
There you go. And then the ebook as well. The ebook
is available. The audiobook, which I read myself, is available there. And then if you scroll down, oops, that shouldn't be there.
It's damn pop-ups.
Damn
Sons
pop-ups.
of bitches. I am so happy you read it yourself. I get angry when someone else reads someone who I'm like, come on, he can talk.
Yeah, I enjoy reading my books myself, and what I've learned from feedback I get from audiences at presentations is people like me doing that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
100%. It's just weird when someone else is talking in your voice. Like, hey man, I know you're not Graham.
You know that I write fiction as well as
Yes.
nonfiction.
Yeah.
And the one thing I can't read is my fiction.
Really?
Because fiction requires accents. You really need an actor
Yes.
to read a fiction book who can get into the different characters. But for a nonfiction book like America Before, it's very straightforward for me just to read it myself.
I agree. I'm a tremendous Stephen King fan, but when I read Stephen King's books where he reads them or listen to them when he reads them, they're terrible. He's awful at it.
I don't think a novelist should read their own novels. I think that's a job for an actor. Oddly enough, I've just been reading Stephen King's Dark Tower series. Very near the end of the 7th volume of that.
Yeah, I'm just a giant fan of his, but
Me
man,
too.
when he reads it like he's just reading it.
Yeah.
It's like, oof, this is rough. It's hard to get behind. Anyway, America Before.
So there's
Give us
on the website. There's details about the book. There's a page where there are links to the book, and also the other thing I would like to take this opportunity to mention is I'm in America and Canada for the next 7 weeks, and I'm going to be doing something like 25 presentations in something like 20 American cities, and then 3 Canadian cities in Vancouver, Montreal, and Toronto. And that's
Excellent.
all on the talks and events page of my website. So if anybody wants to come along and meet this old man in person, I'll be doing those events.
And are you doing these at theaters, and do you allow Q&As? Like how does this work?
Absolutely, I allow Q&As. I encourage that. I feel as an author that, frankly speaking, I'm nothing without my audience. I owe my audience, my readers, big time. And what I try to do at events is to give back as much as I can. So if people want to take pictures with me, I am absolutely up for that. I don't understand why anybody would want to do that, but it's fun. It's kind of fun. And when people want to come to the desk where I'm signing and ask me personal questions, I'm ready to do that. Sometimes on the British book tour, which I just finished, I was behind in the event space for 4 hours after the event finished.
Wow.
Signing and taking pictures. But it's a joy. It's a really opportunity for me to interact with the people who actually make my work matter. So
That's fantastic. Beautiful. So what inspired this? I know there's always been, well, first of all, we should just say for people who don't know, you have been at the front of the line for decades talking about these lost civilizations. And from reading your work, I mean, I think I first read your work in the 90s. You exposed me to a lot of these, what were at the time controversial ideas that have now been substantiated by actual evidence, particularly Göbekli Tepe and I mean the all the water erosion stuff on the Sphinx, and I've since had Dr. Robert Schock on the podcast to talk about that as well. But all this stuff was at one point very controversial, and now far less.
Yes.
I mean, whatever traditional academics and traditional historians that are trying to, I guess as archaeologists, that we're trying to resist, they've let go a lot of that. They've had to with things like Göbekli Tepe.
They've had to because the evidence has overwhelmed them. And Göbekli Tepe is an excellent example. Prior to the discovery and excavation of Göbekli Tepe, which is a site in Anatolia in Turkey, it was the view, very firm view of archaeologists, that there had been no megalithic architecture anywhere on Earth. And when I say megalithic, I mean literally big stones, stone circles, huge constructions, nothing like that before at the very, very earliest 6,000 years ago. And they would point to sites in, for example, Malta, a site called Gigantia, which is about 5,800 years old. That's the oldest megalithic architecture in the world. And they could understand how that was because these were agricultural societies. They generated surpluses. You could free up people who could become specialists in architecture, in astronomy, in geometry, and they could apply their skills to the construction of these sites. But what they never considered possible was that a society that was hunter-gatherers would have created a gigantic megalithic site. And then suddenly, Göbekli Tepe is discovered. It dates to 11,600 years ago. It's more than 5,000 years old. Something that's really hard for archaeology to explain. They've suddenly got 5,000 years of missing history that they've just never taken into account. And what I see them doing is largely avoiding the problem rather than getting to grips with it directly. And in fact, there have been a great number of changes in the last 20 years, which have worked generally in favor of the arguments that I've proposed.
Well, I'm so happy for you because I know that for a long time you were out there on your own with a lot of these theories.
Very much so, and also subjected to the most blistering and deeply unpleasant criticism from the archaeological fraternity and from their friends in the media, like how dare this journalist propose that history might be different or that we might have a forgotten chapter in the human story. It was regarded almost as offensive that I would put this material out there, and archaeologists felt it was their responsibility to show the public that I was full of shit, and that was the whole way my work was greeted, and to a certain extent still is greeted by archaeologists. But things have changed. Central to my work was the notion of a global cataclysm, roughly 12,500, 12,800 years ago. It made sense to me in 1995 when I wrote Fingerprints of the Gods, but there was no compelling evidence for a global cataclysm then. All the evidence seemed to point to that time and a massive global event. And then from 2007 onwards, more than a decade after I wrote Fingerprints of the Gods, we get a group of more than 60 major scientists who are seriously proposing that the Earth was hit by multiple fragments of a giant comet 12,800 years ago, and that this caused a huge rise in sea level and extinctions of megafaunas. They are not saying that it also wiped out a lost advanced civilization of prehistory. I'm saying that.
Yes.
But what has changed is that we now have compelling, hard scientific evidence. I'm not saying every scientist accepts it. It's the nature of science to dispute findings. But we have a group of 60 major figures who have seriously proposed this in all the leading mainstream journals. And it's changed the balance of power in this argument, because one thing that they used to say is Hancock can't be right because there was no global cataclysm, 12 or 13,000 years ago. Well, now we know there was, and there are various explanations for it. So that's moved things along. And the other thing that's changed a lot is the attitude of the man in the street to authority. That has changed. Back in the 90s, authority figures were the gatekeepers. They controlled everything. If an authority figure in a discipline like archaeology said, Hancock is completely wrong, he's made all this stuff up, that would generally be believed, not by everybody, but by the majority of people. Today, to have a mainstream authority figure say that to me is actually an advantage, because people are so distrustful of authority, and rightly so, because we've been lied to by authority figures in all fields for so long. The bullshit has been so enormous that people are finally waking up. And we can't trust what authority figures say. And
I think we can thank the internet for that.
we can thank the internet for that, yeah.
I'm sure you've seen the more recent evidence of a crater that they just discovered, like fairly recently.
Greenland.
Yes,
yeah.
enormous crater.
It's an enormous crater. It's 18 miles wide. It had not been discovered before because it's under ice. It's under a lot of ice. At the end of the Ice Age, Greenland was one area which never lost its ice cover completely, whereas North America, everywhere north of Minnesota, was covered in ice a mile, sometimes 2 miles deep. Europe, the same, Northern Europe. But Greenland kept its ice, whereas the other parts of the world lost their ice at the end of the Ice Age. And what's interesting about Greenland is there's already evidence of comet impact in Greenland, which goes back to papers published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences in 2013, that they found what are called impact proxies in Greenland. In other words, nanodiamonds, carbon spherules, and evidence of a lot of platinum and iron was found in a layer in the ice dated to 12,800 years ago. But the next development, and you're absolutely right, and this was just a few months ago, was the discovery of this humongous crater in Greenland, and evidence that it was caused by an iron impactor of some kind. Now, dating of it, I would be irresponsible to say that that crater definitely dates to 12,800 years ago, because the work has not been done to prove that yet. But what I can say, and what the specialists who have explored and excavated the crater are saying, is that it's recent. They can say for sure that it happened during the last ice age. Under the crater is nothing but massively disturbed and destroyed and completely wrecked ice from the Ice Age, from the Pleistocene. Above it is smooth, perfect ice from our epoch, which is called the Holocene, which began about 11,600 years ago. So all the evidence suggests that this crater dates to that period between 12,800 and 11,600 years ago. But to absolutely confirm that, more work needs to be done. But it's part of a growing pattern. The Younger Dryas impact scientists, they call themselves, they call this the Younger Dryas impact hypothesis. And it's because there was a period in the Earth's geological history that geologists call the Younger Dryas, which lasted for 1,200 years, from 12,800 to 11,600 years ago. It's a very mysterious period. We see all the megafauna dying off suddenly and rapidly. We see rises in sea level. We see a huge collapse in global temperature. It's a cataclysmic epoch, and what is becoming clearer and clearer is that the evidence that a comet was behind it is extremely strong. And as more and more evidence comes in, we realize how widespread it was. So they found evidence of the impacts as far south as Antarctica now. Previously, they were focused very much on North America. Now, as far south as Antarctica, as far east as Syria. This was truly a global event, and it changed the world. And I think, and it's my case, that it wiped our memory of a previous episode of human civilization, that right at the epicenter of this cataclysm was a civilization that we would regard as advanced, not a simple hunter-gatherer civilization, which was utterly wiped out in this cataclysmic event.
And I should say, for anyone who's really fascinated right now, please maybe pause and go listen to the two that you did with Randall Carlson,
Yes.
where it really goes into depth about the impact, the evidence of these impacts, the evidence of the very quick demise of the Ice Age, and what may have resulted in all these floods that you read about in the Epic of Gilgamesh, that you read about in Noah's Ark, and that all these things are probably tales of stories that people pass down from generation to generation that survived this time.
Yeah, because we now know that at that time, between 12,800 and 11,600 years ago, truly global cataclysmic events involving rapid rises in sea level did occur, and suddenly the worldwide tradition of a global flood stops being just a myth and starts being a memory, an account of real events. It's been my privilege to work very closely with Randall Carlson.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Randall is absolutely amazing. He is a total genius. He's also a gentle giant and such a kind, generous, spirited person. It's a joy to work with him, and every minute spent with him is an education. I had the privilege of traveling across the Channel Scablands in Washington State with Randall, and seeing things through his eyes really opened my eyes to the scale of this disaster. You know, you could look at these giant boulders called glacial erratics, and they just look odd sitting there in the landscape. But when you really consider how they got there, that they got there in icebergs the size of oil tankers, that were carried on floods that were at least 500 up to 1,000 feet deep, that were tearing through the channeled scablands, literally ripping the landscape apart. Then the icebergs would ground on valley sides, the flood waters would recede, the icebergs would be left there, giant icebergs. And as they melted away, they revealed the rocks that they had enchained that were caught up within them, and they're scattered all over the landscape. And you look at that and you think anything that was underneath that 12,800 years ago is gone completely. There can't be anything left of it at all. Utterly, utterly destroyed.
And I would encourage people that are interested in this to please watch the YouTube videos of it, because Randall provides all sorts of video and photographic evidence where you can take a look at the landscape and you get a perspective of how immense this destruction was.
Yeah, it's really important to see that, because it's easy enough to talk about floods and cataclysms, but actually to see its effect on the landscape directly it has an emotional impact. I felt emotional traveling across the Channel Scablands, realizing that this was the heart of an event that changed the world completely. And the evidence continues to build. I have, in America before, I've not gone over old ground that I went over in Magicians of the Gods and that we covered in the various interviews and podcasts, in which it's really a good idea that people take a look at. But what I have done is added the new information published since 2015, which further supports the Younger Dryas impact hypothesis and the notion that multiple fragments of a giant comet hit the Earth and created an absolute global catastrophe.
So what was the motivation behind creating this book, America Before?
It's a curious mixture of things. I have been exploring the possibility of a lost civilization for more than 25 years. That was the essence of my book, Fingerprints of the Gods, that was published in 1995, that there has been a huge forgotten episode in human history. I continued to follow that in a series of other books, and by the time I got to 2002, when I published a book called Underworld that followed 7 years of scuba diving on continental shelves, looking for structures that were submerged by rising sea levels at the end of the last ice age, I really felt I'd done it. I felt I'd walked the walk. I'd put out to the public a massive body of information, and I thought my role in this is over, and I can breathe a sigh of relief because it's hot in this particular kitchen, and I can go do something else. And I ended up writing a book about psychedelics. I ended up writing Supernatural, Meetings with the Ancient Teachers of Mankind, about the role of psychedelics in the origins of the human story. But then new information started to come out that touched on the lost civilization idea, and I couldn't just stand by and ignore that information. That's why I published Magicians of the Gods in 2015. And then, as I was researching that book, I became aware of something I hadn't realized before, that there's a mass of new information from the Americas, specifically from the Americas, which completely rewrites the story of human history, that the Americas have been misrepresented for a very long time by archaeology. And archaeologists will be annoyed with me for saying that. They have a way of forgetting their own errors, of saying, oh, well, we knew that all along. It wasn't the case. But the fact of the matter remains that for best part of 50 years, from the 1960s through until about 2010, American archaeology was locked in a dogma that they actually had a name for, which was Clovis first. That they invented a name for a culture. They called them the Clovis culture. We don't know what they called themselves. They were hunter-gatherers. They first appear in the archaeological record 13,400 years ago, and they vanish from the archaeological record 12,600 years ago. And for a very long time, it was maintained adamantly that these were the first Americans, that no human being touched the soil of the Americas until 13,400 years ago. Just animals, but no human beings present at all. And any archaeologist who attempted to dispute that dogma, and I use the word deliberately, there should be no room for dogma in science, but any archaeologist who challenged that would face severe problems with his or her career. They would be mocked and humiliated at conferences, like an archaeologist called Jacques Cinq-Mars from Canada, who excavated in the Yukon. Humiliated at conferences, insulted, accused of making stuff up. Their research funding would be withdrawn. Basically, to challenge Clovis first was the end of your archaeological career. So naturally, very few archaeologists wanted to challenge Clovis first.
What was this gentleman in the Yukon? What was his
He's called
situation?
Jacques Cinq-Mars. And interestingly, the Smithsonian, just in 2017, did a big kind of mea culpa, a big admission about this, that everybody had got things wrong, that Jacques Cinq-Mars had been ruined by the Clovis first lobby, but he'd been right all along. The site he excavated in the Yukon was re-excavated in 2017, and every single thing he said was correct, even though they had just sneered at him.
In what year was he?
He was excavating in the 1980s and the 1990s.
Is he still alive?
He's still alive. He's still alive, yeah.
Is he
yeah.
bitter?
Well, I think he's vindicated, you know, and it's kind of nice to be vindicated.
Yes.
That there's almost